All right. That's why I wanted to use today a little bit to go over the tests and everything, because this is largely the same, except we're going to add some fancier words. So it says when the y values or your output values are multiplied by some scale factor, we say that that function has been. So here's what this is now getting at. It's what Matthew opened with today in terms of the question. If I gave you number one and I ask you for these transformations, and we looked at this three, what did we say that does to our parabola? Make it wider or more narrow? Jacob says wider. We all agree with that. Monica? Yeah, it's sort of the opposite. That's why people miss this one the most. Okay, it's the opposite of what you would think. So the bigger number actually makes it more narrow. Okay, but we're going to change that to some fancy math word. So up here it says when we are multiplied by a scale factor, we say that it has been. Actually, I don't know what I'm writing right here. Here's what you're going to write here. When the graph has become narrower, so like this guy right here, we are now going to use a fancier word, and we're going to say that it's been compressed. So the fancy math word for narrower is compressed. So eventually when we get to a quiz or a test or something and I ask you, what did that do? What was that transformation? All right, you're going to put it, what got compressed. All right, and when it becomes wider, then the fancy name for that is that it has been stretched. So instead of saying wider, we're going to say stretched. So we're going to add those two words to our vocabulary. And it's really the only thing that's new in this section. So if we go to number one, and let's do all the transformations. So the first one, this is a little stuff I just wanted to see if we grasped after our notes yesterday. That's why I gave you that little quiz. If I look at this x minus a 4, we would say that that got shifted right 4. If we look at the little minus 2, that means that we got shifted down 2. And then now all we're doing is using a little more specific name here. So if we look at this 3, okay, eventually Jacob and Monica agree that's going to make it more narrow, but we're not writing narrow now. Narrow means we got compressed. So we would say that our graph was compressed. All right. All right, so number 2, if we go through these guys. All right, now let's see what we know here. So Nora back there. X minus 3, Nora, what does that do? Moves us which direction? 3 units. Good. So this is going to be right 3 units. Thank you, Nora. Lily, if this is a minus 1 at the end, that's going to move us which direction? 1 unit. Good. That's going to take us down 1 unit. And then now everybody do this one real quick. See if you got that one. So the negative, again, like I said at the beginning, this is the one that still gets missed a week from now when we quiz, 2 weeks from now when we test. It's just the hardest to kind of understand. All right, Joe L. What do you think, Joe? Good. This is now wider, correct? So we would have said wider yesterday. Now we're going to say it got stretched. Okay, so that thing gets stretched out. Okay, 3. Do all those, and then we'll see if we got them all. Oh, now I remember the word. All right, Ella, what do you think for this? What's this mean we did? Good. So we're going to get shifted left 6 units. And then Julia S. What does this mean? Good. We're going to go down 8 units. And then now this guy, be somewhat good with fractions because we compare this to 1 all the time. So if I have 5 quarters, right, 5/4 is 5 quarters, that is 1.25. So Joe M, what do you think? Good. That got compressed because it's larger than 1. So that thing gets compressed. All right, more narrow. All right, last one.
Good morning, Sandberg. Happy Friday. This is Dr. Smith again with a Period 2 announcement. Just a reminder that all students should proceed to their regular Period 2 advisory class for Period 2 today. We will do another practice lesson for arena scheduling next week on Tuesday. And just a reminder that all students should proceed to their regular Period 2 class today. Have a great day, Sandberg. Mask up and have a great weekend. Thank you.
All right, Karina, real quick. What's this one do? Good. Left 3. All right, that's that motion. Jake, what does this mean?
Up 9.
Good. Up 9. And then again, the new one with our fancy word here. Let's do Caden, right? I'm getting there. What is it? Good. Since this is bigger than a 1, that guy got more narrow, which we now say is compressed. Okay? All right. No homework. This is kind of the same. We'll hit on all of this. It's basically what you did last night for homework. All right. So you are free this weekend. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.
Sorry, I can't hear you.